Let's talk to Matt in Georgia. Matt's been on the line for a while. Matt, welcome to the show. How can we help you today?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Viced Rhino, big fan. I love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. What's going on today?
I just have a simple question. My brother is very fundamentalist Christian. He's studying to be a pastor, and my nephew just turned a year old. And I'm just wondering how I could combat questions my nephew may have about me as an atheist that he's receiving from the indoctrination of the church community.
Yeah, that's something that hits very close to home because most, if not all of my siblings have a similar way of looking at me, right? They know that they love me and I love them, and we are connected, we're family, we care about each other, but they are hearing very horrible things about what atheists are from their churches, from their community groups, and whether that's atheists are evil and deserve to be like hunted down, or whether that's atheists are poor lost souls who need our help. It's always wrong. they're 100% going right now. The one thing that I can do, because I can't take them out of that community, and I can't, the well has been poisoned to a certain extent by that community. So even if I were to say, well, that's not true, because in their head, they're thinking either this person is trying to lie to me or this person is lying to themselves and don't know any better. And that's so sad. Poor V, which gets me hot under the collar a little bit. So the best thing that I can do is to be myself and to be a good person and to be a humanist and to care about them and to show them, showing them that I know more about the Bible than they do doesn't hurt. So being myself and being outspoken is the most that I can do in that situation. Viced, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say I agree 100%, because like you can talk to them all you want about how atheists aren't like they are in church, but ultimately they like talk is cheap. So if you just walk the walk and be a good person, they will see the contrast between, oh, this is this person I know who is an atheist, and this is what I hear about atheists in church. Doesn't quite match up. And usually they can figure it out for themselves. Like I don't have quite as an experience with that as V did, but I have had people that when they find out I'm an atheist, their response is, oh, really? You? But you're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. What does that have to do with it?
Gotcha, I understand. My question is more, how do I, the assumption that if I don't change my life, I'm going to be spending the eternity in hell. How do I remove that sense of grief from him being raised in that belief?
Yeah, there's only so much you can do about that, unfortunately. You certainly cannot take that on as something you need to be responsible for. That is an emotion that he is feeling, and he is going to have to work through and make a determination himself about what he feels he can manage. What I do is my grandma, for example, sends me very concerned letters quite often talking about how she is upset that I'm not going to be with everybody in heaven. And the way that I push back on that gently is to say, hey, you believe in this God that is just, and this God that is love, and this God that is merciful. And I think that if I approach my life from a place of honesty and from a place of integrity and from a place of trying my best with the information that I have and not pretending to believe when I don't, and really honestly saying what I think and feel, I think that God will appreciate that. And I think that if you really believe that God is good, God will not punish me for that. And that usually, ends the conversation. But that really is the most that I know how to do in this situation, is to give them maybe a different way of looking at things. But beyond that, it can't be something that you take on for yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, I understand. And I've had to lay down some boundaries with my own grandmother, even because she's insisted numerous times when I've called her and talked to her on the phone that I pray for her, even though I have let her know in no uncertain terms that I don't believe in any of that. But yeah, I guess yeah, just putting my own beliefs and ideas out there and letting whoever listens to it determine their merits is, I guess, the best way to go about it.
Yeah, and what I do when someone asks me to pray for them, I'll say something like, I don't pray, but is there anything else I can do for you? Do you need some money? Do you need me to connect you with anybody? Do you need me to check in with you? So I give viable alternatives that ultimately are going to be more useful and helpful in the long run, to express that I still do want to engage with you. I still care about you. This is still something I want to help with. I just am not going to do that one thing.
Gotcha. I understand.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that, Matt. I empathize wholeheartedly with that kind of sticky situation, but the fact that you're thinking about this, both in terms of what's best for you and what's best for your brother, are really, really good signs that you're on the right track. So thank you so much for calling in today.
All right. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Bye. Oh my gosh. Viced, do you have a religious family that's still kind of giving you the same kind of grief, or are you one of the lucky ones?
My mother is a lay worship leader in the United Church of Canada.
Okay.
And I haven't come out to her in the sense that I've used the word atheist, but she knows I don't go to church, and I have asked her not to take my kids to church and stuff like that. And actually, she doesn't really know about my YouTube channel. She thinks I edit porn videos, and it's easier to let her think that than to tell her that no, I make videos that say that you're wrong.
That is amazing, and I love that story, and I'm so glad I asked just now. Thank you for gracing my day with that information.
You're welcome.